Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social session. Children, in yesterday's class there was a technical issue where audio output hasn't come. So I am recapitulating the yesterday's class itself. So in the previous sessions we were trying to understand about the poverty, children. What do you mean by poverty, children? Poverty is nothing but poorness, where people cannot afford to buy even their basic needs like food, clothing and shelter is called as poverty. So the most important contributor to poverty, as you would have suggested by now, is a lack of regular employment. When there is no employment, they cannot earn. When they cannot earn, they cannot purchase. So that income has to generate to them regularly with the employment. As there are no employment opportunities, the family will be pushed into the poverty. We have already seen the example of Ramachari, where there was no employment opportunity for him. As a result of that, he could not afford to purchase nutritious food, and his family was pushed into poverty, and he doesn't own even a piece of land or any assets, and that was also a reason. So in the absence of employment opportunities, people lack purchasing power. That means to purchase any kind of good, they lack it, and to fulfill their basic needs, that leads them for a chronic hunger. Okay. Even though under the public distribution system, the government is distributing food grains, but when it comes to the purchase of other important needs, like oil is required, which is not supplied through the PDS, and onions are required, vegetables are required. So when the income levels are meager, then whatever they purchase also will be very less. That is not sufficient for them to keep them healthy and nutritious. So one of the regular employment opportunities is fallout of this poverty. And if you look at agriculture, which is a source of livelihood in our country still today, more than 50% of the people depend upon agricultural activities for their livelihood. Am I right? Especially in the rural areas, still 50% of the people are dependent upon agriculture for their source or for their livelihood. And agriculture just contributes only 1/6 to the country's total income. You remember, children, agriculture, okay, where it contributes only 1/6 to the total income of the country, but 50% of the population in the country are still dependent for their livelihood. But its contribution to the total income is very little, 1/6 only. So limited employment opportunities in a manufacturing services sector have forced people to continue in the agriculture, to depend upon the agriculture, and moreover most of them are small farmers, agricultural laborers, and some of them are landless people. So besides, there are persons whose occupations are allied to agriculture. Allied means that is related to agriculture. If agriculture prospers, their business prosper. If agriculture is weak, then automatically it also shows its impact on the allied activities. Like Ramacharis. Ramacharis' professional activity depends upon the agricultural prosperity. If agriculture is good, Ramachari will have good income. If agriculture fails, then immediately that impact is also seen on the Ramachari's occupation. He is a carpenter, so his carpenter works, or his demand for the work also increases if there is a good agricultural practice, and if there is no agricultural prosperity means wealthy, then automatically Ramachari also suffers because of that. So as you know that success of such non-farm activities mean the other than farming activities. It may be weaving, it may be pottery, it may be carpentry. So these all are non-farm activities. These non-farm activities are very less in the villages, and also depends on the state of agriculture. We saw how Ramachari family had suffered, and agriculture got stagnated in the village, and there was no demand for tools and implements prepared by the Ramachari. And Ramachari had little work and hardly had any income, and like other poor households, the family possessed no land or cattle. Okay, even he doesn't own any land or even any cattle, and the village could provide very no opportunities for the non-farm or the agriculture. It only provides agricultural work, so Ramachari can turn himself as an agricultural laborer in the fields. And either was there any non-farm work available in the village, he has to migrate to the cities in search of the coolie, okay, as a daily wage earner, and he should work there. since the well-being and livelihood of so many people is dependent upon agriculture, it is very important that agriculture grows well, because 50% of the population is dependent upon agriculture. So agricultural prosperity is required for the prosperity of the country. When agriculture prospers, it would normally generate employment and income for people in the rural areas also, and their purchasing power increases, and as their purchasing power increases, the prosperity even in the other parts of the country also can be found. And when agricultural production is abundant, prices of food items are likely to be more affordable for people, and they would also be otherwise if the agricultural practice or agricultural prosperity is less. Automatically the prices of the goods rises up, and that may not be available for the common man, and as a result of that, people who purchases 10 kgs of rice, they restrict themselves to 8 kgs or 5 kgs only, because when the prices shoot up, okay, they decrease their want. So this is also a indication where people become poor when agricultural fails. So about the present situation of agricultural planning we shall see in the next class, children. Okay, and do not forget that agricultural development is the development of the country. Thank you.